Hello everybody, sorry if there's a little bit of technical problem. I mean, if you don't see me stream right away, because I do have a little bit technical problem before that. I mean, supposedly I should have already streamed by now around 12:48, but things doesn't look pretty great behind the scene. But otherwise, we still can go streaming right now, so let's go. So yeah, and also maybe I can try to show you a little bit plus minus about what this spacecraft is about. I think that would be better instead of trying to stress too much else what I'm going to cover here. Okay, and yeah, just give me a little bit of time and patience. I'll fully go with there. So yeah, thank you everyone for the patience. Alright, I don't know what's happening, but okay, so let's try again. Yeah, okay, here we go. Good to go. Is it? Yeah, okay, looks like sorry, that's why I said I have a little bit of problem behind the scene right now. We are still trying to figure out what's happening, but I guess this is good. Okay, so once again, I can greet you guys again. So hello everybody, I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host for today, as we are going to watch and witness the launch of how do I say, the launch of the Sentinel-6B, the ESA's one, the European Space Agency, with collaboration with NASA. Okay, the National Administration, National Aeronautics Space Administration. So let's go to the live instead, because I don't have too much time to talk here. So let's go. Alright, so looks like it. Alright, good. Okay, so this is the view right now, the view itself. Maybe I can explain a little bit here. Okay, I guess should be good. If there's anything, I can readjust this. Okay, and so we are going to witness the launch of the Sentinel-6B. We are going to see here and there how it's working and whatnot. And yeah, and also hello and welcome to the new and existing viewers. I really appreciate that you come here, even though this is a little bit late than expected, because we have a little bit of technical problem here, and for whatever reason my laptop decided to just auto disconnect from the hotspot. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I will try to look at the calls, what's actually happening. I'm not really sure how it actually works like that, but here is the commentary, how it looks like, and here and there. And for the spacecraft, I'm not going to mention too much. Yeah, for the entire whole rocket, I can say the Falcon 9 rockets here. Most of you already might know what is it, but in case you don't know, the first stage, it does have 9 Merlin 1D rockets engine there, specifically for the sea level and the upper stage there. The second stage is the Merlin 1D rocket engine too, but only one inside there, and it's specifically optimized for the how do I say, specifically optimized for the vacuum condition. So that's why usually if you see the real rocket nozzle bell on any upper stage and anything that's on the second stage, usually it will be expanded and whatnot, because it needs to optimize in terms of thrust, efficiency, and whatnot. So that's why. And all of this rocket here, it uses Kourou propellant, usually liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, and super refined kerosene as the RP1, the rocket propellant one, as the how do I say here, as the fuel, because otherwise if they use whatever kind of kerosene inside there, because there is some impurity inside the in the prop. If the fuel itself, it uses anything other than super refined kerosene, if it tries to use whatever kind of kerosenes, it might damage the engines, because typical kerosene or typical whatever is it, petrol and whatnot, it still does contain a lot of impurities inside the engines itself, especially when we talk about the lead metal content, whatever inside it's going to destroy the rocket engines itself, due to such impurities, especially when you try to combust it at pretty much higher velocities than usually even in our basically any kinds of combustion chamber inside cars and whatnot. So that's why. And also for this flight, it's going to be a 500 V-flight booster for this mission, so that's why it's pretty interesting and here and there. And
outside of the tanks and into the
And
engines.
also even the payload frame, if I remember, also were reused too. So yeah, not many people mention about this, but that's that. And
60 sec pad and begin its climb to orbit.
okay, should be working, but also because we have a little bit of with things here and there, maybe I need to 3 seconds.
Final seconds of countdown.
Okay, so instead, why not? I'll just bring you guys straight here. Okay, minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. And we have liftoff! We have liftoff of the Falcon 9 rockets here, carrying the Sentinel-6B for ESA and also NASA, launching from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in the Slick 4E, the Space Launch Complex 4E, yeah, in the Vandenberg. And as you can see, it can be pretty foggy around the Vandenberg area there. But yeah, that's looking pretty good, interesting, and whatnot there.
So exciting.
Oh,
After
right.
about 50 seconds, those engines will begin throttling down slowly
Yeah.
the vehicle to prepare for max Q.
And
It's
yeah,
kind of like a
and there's go.
fire. Max Q, or maximum
Okay,
aerodynamic pressure,
max Q.
is when Falcon 9
Get
will be
ready
the
for
largest
max Q.
structural
Where
of the
we
vehicle
hear the call
that
out
it's
of
gonna
the
see during
supersonic.
its entire boost
Okay.
phase of flight. Slowing down the vehicle just
Usually
means that
before the supersonic,
Falcon
it will
9 is
go.
gonna experience a little
Okay,
slow.
and now max Q, maximum aerodynamics, fully exerted on the launch vehicle itself,
Faster than the speed of sound.
and as the velocity and
Preparing
also
for
the
max Q.
okay, almost ready, almost ready. That one is supersonic
Now we
call
have a
out.
few events coming up in quick succession, starting with main engine cutoff or MECO.
Okay, by now sure I've
Shut
already.
down all of its 9 engines on the first stage.
Okay, by now sure I've already max Q.
Shortly after Miko,
Yeah,
stage 2 will separate
and
from
usually,
the
usually
The
max
second
Q
stage
happens
is gonna
when
continue
the
on,
velocity of
igniting
the
Merlin
launch vehicle of the rocket
We're
itself,
gonna hear the call out
it
for that
meets
second engine, CS1
it
or
meets
SCS1.
at
That
certain
burn should last
certain
just
atmospheric
under 6 minutes.
density level of it. When it goes around that level, it will reach the peak stress of the launch vehicle itself. That if
Light
it's not
clouds in the
tuned down,
area, so
it could.
our ground
If
shots
it's not tuned down, thrust down
not
to
able to pick up
60%,
that
usually it could
traditional flight into the night
destroy
sky, but we are looking
the rocket
right
itself.
down the
It could
barrel
destroy
of
the
first
pay-
stage.
payload, or maybe
The
it could
onboard camera.
it could causes things such as, let's say, maybe
Again,
some
clouds not
more acoustic problem
enough
there.
to stop launch, but
It could also maybe
certainly from a
damage
low
certain
pressure
aspect
system in
of
the
the
area.
payload and whatnot. So that's why
Standing by for
it
main
needs to
engine
throttle
cutoff.
down to 60%. After that, it goes up. And now we have first stage MECO, main engine cut off, and then interstage separation, and getting ready for the. Okay, and now vacuum Merlin has already ignited, and here we go for the second stage there. And here you go. That one is the Sentinel-6B. This one is identical to the Sentinel-6, aka retroactively known as the Sentinel-6A right now. So that's that. And getting ready for the payload pairing separation there.
The fairings to come off. That's our next big milestone.
Alright, and payload fairing separation is already confirmed. What's the view? Alright, you can see there. If you see the inside there's a little bit like grid of whatever aluminum sheet, and there, that one is not typical aluminum sheet. If I remember, it has some kind of it's basically an aluminum alloy sheet there. That one is actually to dampen the acoustic acoustic resonation behind it, and also by doing it, it also can preserve some of the launch vehicle itself from damaging the payload and so on. So that's why they put not only the payload frame itself, but also some acoustic dampener inside there, like the aluminum alloy sheet there. So that's how it works. You know, that's pretty interesting. Okay, and yeah, I've already reset a little bit of my avatar, and let's hope for the best. My internet, my laptop internet connection didn't decided to just randomly died out for no good reason. That's not good to cover. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem if it's still has some a little bit hitches problem earlier on. I just don't want it for the rest of this flight to have more problem. That
This
would
burn that
require
you're seeing here
a
on the
little bit of,
second
how do I say,
stage Merlin vacuum engine
like
was
net
just under 6 minutes.
reset, something
This would
like that.
take
The CMD
Sentinel-6B to
command,
its parking
that one
orbit.
we are pretty
That's
much
going to be
required.
followed by
And
a
speaking about which,
45-minute
why
coast,
not?
where we're just going to
Why
allow
not I
and rely
try
on
and make
orbital
that
mechanics
tutorial,
and
huh?
physics to take the
Because I don't have
spacecraft
anything
the majority of the rest of the way.
better to do.
This is the exact same flight design and trajectory that we flew back in 2020 on
Yeah.
Sentinel-6
So
microfan.
yeah, today's problem really inspired me to make that video at some point. Maybe if I'm a little bit quicker, maybe by tomorrow I'll just upload a video about how to fix that problem. Like what I'm doing right now. Because I remember that CMD command actually pretty useful. It's still useful for me till.
Christina Cook and Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen around the moon and back during the 10-day Artemis II test flight. This mission will ensure Orion is ready to fly with astronauts on board and for future Artemis missions to the moon's surface and beyond. That's your Artemis Moon Minute.
With the Artemis II mission and its test flight around the moon. But right now we are focused on Sentinel-6B, currently in a coast phase. To recap for you, we launched at 9:21:42 seconds Pacific
Okay.
Standard Time
I
from
think
the Vandenberg Space Force
we can
Base
consider
here
also live
on the
again.
central coast of California. We have been flying for space.
Okay, we can
16
consider
minutes.
also live. Yeah. So sorry everyone, we have a little bit of a technical problem here.
First booster, and
So
then
I mean,
second
it's
stage
not something
had a good
that
first burn,
I actually expected,
and
but
good orbital insertion.
well, oh well.
And so now,
I'm very sorry guys.
evening,
Okay.
it's interesting.
So I
there's an
can
instrument on board
pull it back here.
Sentinel-6B, the advanced microwave radiometer.
Yes. Oh, okay.
It has
So
to have
so
care taken
around
in regards to
around the
how
time where I
sites
have
are
a little bit of technical problem, around
So
13
part of flight design
13 minutes
and
ago,
trajectory is
we
spacecraft requirements. That's an input into this
last time
analysis.
I
As
actually
we just
speak a little
mentioned,
bit
this
about
AMR
net SH
advanced
whatever is it,
microwave
right? And then
radiometer,
we
which
have a
is
little bit of problem.
NASA-provided microwave
Okay,
radiometer that
but
measures
no
path
worries.
delay due to
Looks like we
atmospheric
have
water vapor along the altimeter
successful
path. It has some
successful
sensitivities.
initial
It's
orbital
sensitive to solar exposure
orbital
through its aperture, so
insertion
as
for
a
now,
result,
but not yet
Sentinel-6B
not
must
yet the real
separate
one,
in
because
orientation,
it will
which
try to
protects it
orient
from the
itself
sun's
to
view.
the
SpaceX's
how do I say,
Orion rocket
it's
is
going
able
to
to
orient
do this by
itself to
taking
the
advantage of its internal
to the
flight
sun synchronous
software,
orbit there.
which
So
tracks the sun's
that's that.
location
Okay,
relative to the spacecraft
and
in each position.
here
So
for
eventually we
and
will
also
get
for the
illumination
technical problem,
and pick up the signal of
I'll
the
say
second stage,
I'm not
which has a
100% sure
camera
why
on it,
it
the
didn't
cameras we've been
want to
seeing, both
connect to my
of the engine and
hot
of the
hotspot, but
Sentinel-6B.
I will try to
And
investigate what's
we'll
happening
note that
with that.
it is
But in the
turned at that
meantime, I'll still
angle,
will do a
that
little bit of
special
net
angle to
hash
keep that
flushing,
that special
restart,
equipment
and
away
see
from
if
the
we
sun. Don't
can
want to
fix
burn
the
its
problem a
eyes.
little bit here and
Exactly.
there.
Me
Okay,
and you, we use sunglasses.
and
But
for now,
Sentinel-6, we just turn it away.
rather than
Perfect.
just
Don't
making
look.
it
Don't
nothing
look at the
else,
sun.
why not we try to go and swim?
Or T plus
I
18
mean,
minutes and counting.
I can show you a little bit of like the
This is launch coverage of
the
Sentinel-6B
Sentinel
live from
6,
Vandenberg, California.
yeah, the
NASA's Mission
Sentinel-6A proof of
Director Center.
documentation, because that one is actually pretty interesting in terms of how the design looks like and whatnot. That's actually pretty cool, you know. And rather than just watching without any context, why not? We actually revisit again the launch replay, right? It's because it's a little bit boring, so I can try open here and I'll just put here on replay. Here. Let's go with the replay. Okay, and I'll do the replay again here around here. Okay, I guess we are almost there. Okay, so this is the replay on at T minus 30 seconds. Here you go again.
Range is green, weather is green.
Okay, this is what happens almost 30 minutes ago.
Seconds of countdown.
Okay, so
T minus 15 seconds.
let's relive this again. And yeah,
T minus 10, 9, 8,
and at this part,
6,
most of the water suppression water garden sound suppression system already open,
ignition,
and then you can see 9
and liftoff of
Merlin
Falcon
1B
9 SpaceX
rocket
Go
engines there.
Sentinel-6B.
It ignites and it does it lifted off from the Vandenberg
Rising.
Space Force base there, the Slick 4E from the Slick 4E launch pad there, the Space Launch Complex 4E. This is the replay,
Falcon
as
9
you can see.
booster is currently firing all 9
And
of those Merlin
yeah, for the
engines
most
at
part, Vandenberg is pretty
190,000
foggy.
pounds of gas per engine.
So
We can
hence that's
hear
why
it. Soon we're gonna
you
feel
can see.
that in our chest. So exciting. After about 50
And
seconds,
then
those engines will begin throttling down slowly
yeah,
to slow down the
and
vehicle.
it
Prepare for
throttles
max
up
Q.
pretty
Think of it
well.
as kind of like a low-key fire. Max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure, is when
Okay,
Falcon
that one
9
is
will feel the
around
largest
supersonic
structural load of
at
the
that region,
vehicle.
around T plus
It's gonna see
46,
during its
46,
entire loose
45,
phase of flight.
47
Slowing down the
seconds into
vehicle
that
just means
flight.
that Falcon 9 is going to experience less
Okay,
load.
actually it's supersonic around T plus 1 minutes
Now
like that,
traveling faster than the speed
and
of
after
sound.
that it reaches max Q, the maximum aerodynamic pressure fully exerted on the launch vehicle, according
We
to
have a few
the
events coming up in quick succession,
velocity of the
starting with
rocket
main
itself,
engine cutoff
and
for MECO.
also
SpaceX
around
will
the
shut down all of its
atmospheric
engines on
density
the first stage.
point where these two meets together.
Shortly
It's going
after
to
MECO, stage 2 will
properly
separate from the interstage of the
it's
booster,
probably going
and the
to
second stage is going to continue
fully
on,
stress out the
igniting
launch
the
vehicle,
Merlin
and
jacket
usually
engine.
before it's
We're gonna hear the
going
call out for that second
supersonic
engine,
or even the
C1 or
sonic speed
XCS1.
around
That
that
burn
region.
should last
You know
just under
what
6
happens
minutes.
around tens of minutes, almost 20 minutes ago, if I remember, or half a yeah, around 20, almost 20 minutes ago. Here you can see the
A lot
replay
of
here.
clouds in the area, so
Okay,
our ground shots
the usually it will
not
be
able to
tuned down
pick
to
up
60%
traditional
before
flight
finally
night
it
sky, but
ramps
we are
up back
looking right down the
again
barrel of
to
the first
100%
stage.
once it
The onboard
actually
camera.
reaches max Q. Okay, because after that point
Again,
the
the clouds not
mechanical
enough to stop
stress
launch, but
fully
certainly
peak,
from a
and
low
at that time
pressure
usually the
system in
rockets
the
will
area.
be safe to go
Main
up.
engine cutoff.
Okay,
Standing
and
by
after
for
that
main
main
engine
engine cut
cutoff.
off.
Stage separation confirmed.
Okay, and then interstage separation around T plus 2 minutes and 20, 21, 22 seconds. And after that, the Merlin 1D
Startup.
engine, the vacuum edition, as you can see, the expanded version, and this one is inside the payload frame itself. You can see that one is actually the
Beautiful light of the
identical build
second
of the
stage, and you're looking
Sentinel-6,
now
now retroactively called
getting ready
Sentinel-6A.
for the
Okay, it's actually the identical build,
fairing
and
off.
as you can see from before,
Milestone.
okay, and then after that there's payload frame separation around that point. You can see inside there, it's not if you see a little bit like
And there
grid,
go the fairings.
whatever, it looks
You
like the
see now
aluminum color.
Sentinel-6
That one is
exposed
actually to
elements of
that one is
space.
actually to absorb and also to dampens out the
Now
acoustic
soaring towards
uh,
orbit. Another
uh,
step complete. on our
acoustic,
ongoing
how do I
effort
say,
to understand
acoustic,
Earth's heartbeat
mechanical
through its
acoustic,
oceans.
whatever is it, to ensure that it's not going to destroy the rockets, nor
50
even
seconds
destroying
into
the
the second
payload inside
stage,
there, the
first
satellite
burn.
inside there. So that's why it's very important. And that one is not the kind of typical aluminum sheet like
And
we
now the
use
first
for
stage
food
booster
cooking, right?
basically
That one
hitting
is
the brakes
actually
by firing
using
three of
the
its 9 engines on the first
that one
course,
has a
and
little
back
bit of
down towards the
alloy
landing zone.
introduced there, aluminum alloy to specifically for that application, to dampen out the acoustic and whatnot. and as you can see before on the before the interstage separation, before you see the Miko on the first stage, and also you see on this replay here the this flight, as you can see the flame itself is actually shooting out from it's shooting out mostly pretty expandedly, pretty far away, the flame itself, because why? Because there is no atmospheric pressure fully contain the flame of the rocket itself. So that's why it's going expanding, and that's why usually when you see on every rocket launches on the second stage and upper stage, literally as long it's already after the first stage, it obviously it's going to how do I say? Of course, they have to find a way how to make sure how to make sure they can minimize the losses of the thrust itself, and also to minimize how do I say, and also to maximize the thrust efficiency. So what they're doing is that they extend the nozzle. Let's say, for example, for the sea level, if you see on the original Merlin 1B rocket itself, usually attached on the first stage, usually you will see it's pretty short there. But here, because it's facing around the vacuum condition where there's no atmospheric pressure to contain the pretty super fast flame exhaust of the rocket itself, usually what they are doing is that they just add much more expensive and bigger nozzles there to capture most of the thrust usually that would be lost as a result of the flame expansion there, due to the almost lack absence due to the almost absence of the atmospheric pressure there, because it's, and also due to the, how do I say, atmospheric pressure itself has something to do with I don't want to spread misinformation there, but yeah, there's not.
10 seconds left in this first
And
burn.
you can see this is how the burns looks like. Well, I have a little bit of problem, technical problem with my internet, and especially with my laptop there. And in this,
Minute away.
oh yeah, and also in this flight, looks like it's also reusable flight. In this case, the Falcon 9 first stage rocket booster looks like it's reused again, and you can say that the reason is pretty simple, because the payload itself, it doesn't require super duper performance there. It did not need that excess performance, so the first stage can be recovered, and presumably I believe it landed on the drone ship, of course. And this one is the 200. This one is also 200 first stage first stage booster reflight again. This is 500 if I remember correctly. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting there. And after that is the entry burn on the first stage. Okay, and after that, stage entry burn already start. First, it starts with the central core engine on the one, and after that, it would be after that it opens up another two set of the Merlin 1D rocket engines. Basically, it becomes a pair of 3 sets rocket engines. After that, ignite, and then the shutdown procedure after this is that the first 2 outboard shut down, and then after that, and then followed by the center one. First start with 3, and first start with 2 engines out, and after that, once engines out, and then it will go with the procedure to do a landing burn there. And then you can see the velocity itself is pretty good on this replay. Okay, and after that, it initiates the SECO 1, the second engine cut off number 1 here. Okay, and then nominal orbital insertion, the initial one first, and then before it proceeds with the stage 1 landing burn there, as we can see from this replay, because I missed a little bit of action there. And you can see this is how it looks like
Good first burn.
when
Now
it
here
lands
comes the booster.
there. Okay, you can hear the sound from this replay. Okay, you can see it's pretty foggy there. Oh, okay, not landing on the drone ship. Okay, nice.
Big sonic boom
It actually
here in the
landing
broadcast
around
booth.
the another landing zone
Landing
there.
pad coming into view, 4 landing legs extended.
Okay, and then after that it's already probably good. And then that's it.
There you heard it.
Around from T plus 0 to T plus
job
almost
complete.
10 minutes,
Back on
everything
land.
is good and
And ready for another
for the flight
My
again.
goodness.
Okay, and now this is the live itself. We can see this one is live. I can close down and that's it. There's not so much commentary here until okay. So if we look at the intersection there, I believe it should happen around T plus 40, 41, 42, or 43, 44 minutes into the flight there, and before we finally have the second engine start number 2, the SAS2, and then that one is pretty brief, just to align the orbit to the sun synchronous orbit there. Okay, that's why you see a specific maneuver there being done. It's actually to ensure ensure that Sentinel-6B can be consistently can consistently do monitoring of the Earth on the daytime. Should be around daytime, so that they can probably do a little bit research here and there with the Sentinel-6B. And speaking about the Sentinel-6B, why not? We actually learned a little bit of oh, is it okay? Oh, thank goodness! I thought we have a little bit of weight problem there. Ah, fortunately. Okay, so once again, for the technical problem happening
You're
early
watching
on.
NASA's live launch coverage of the Sentinel-6B mission to space. We're live at the Mission Directors Center.
Yeah, hello, Sir Jeffrey Cloud.
Base here.
San Diego, he said here, San Diego say thank you for great coverage. This was a return to launch site mission.
Stage 2.
Yeah, more coverage is always welcome. Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Jeffrey Cloud. How do I even properly pronounce your name? Yeah, because there's a lot of way how to pronounce it. But thank you very much. And yeah, for the earlier technical snack from around before the flight, and also around up until T plus 4 minutes plus like that. I'm very sorry. I'm so apologize for that problem. I mean, I don't expect that problem literally happens around the time where I should stream. And yeah, and I remember that before, supposedly I should have streamed around tens of minutes before finally I go to stream around. If I remember, let me try to. Okay. Okay, so this is it. This is the mission here. I'll let them talk.
It keeps the baton moving to prevent any breaks in sea level measurements. It will scan roughly 90% of Earth's oceans in near real time, continuing a record that began over 3 decades ago. In the 1990s, NASA and the French space agency CNES launched Topex Poseidon, followed by the Jason series. Meanwhile, the European Space Agency created their own successful Earth observation program called Copernicus, which includes the Sentinel series. Those efforts came together in Sentinel-6 Michael Freilich. Now its twin, Sentinel-6B, carries that mission forward. Built through an international partnership between NASA, ESA, EUMETSAT, NOAA, the European Commission, and CNES, Sentinel-6B delivers vital data that scientists, communities, and leaders will rely on for years to come.
Yeah, so that's what you hear. So, and also apparently, good thing that I actually learned from the chart itself is that this is basically like a merge program there. It starts like separate a bit from both sides, NASA and also Kinex has their own, and then after that ESA also have their own. And for your information, when they say like Kines, the spelling is actually CNES. That one is actually the French space agency, basically. And there I can say part of the reason why the
Back
Ariane
inside the
rocket
Mission
program
Director
actually
Center
exists.
at the
Part
Vandenberg
of it
Space
is
Force
that
Base
from the Kines, and also part of it, if I remember, also
as the leadership
Britain actually
of
also
programs,
contributed
international
on the
partners,
early stages
all assembled here,
of the
tracking and
rocket,
watching the
especially
mission.
of the Ariane. But before the Ariane, they
Seeing
actually
here
have another one,
Sandrine in the
the
second row on
ELDO,
the
the
right-hand side,
European Launch Development
second
Organization. That one is
on the
actually
left.
famously tries to merge
She is part of the science mission
with,
directorate. I'm
if I
seeing
remember, with
Mrs.
the
Gillette. She is
Blue Streak,
the division director of the
with the
Earth
now
Science
cancelled
Division,
Blue Streak, if I remember, IRBM, if I
and
remember
here on
correctly,
site,
the intermediate range ballistic missile there. They try to
providing
use the first
expertise in
stage,
our news
of
conferences,
the Blue Stick, merge with the,
is
if I
tracking
remember,
as her team
Diamond rocket. They try to do
prepares
that,
to deploy
but
this satellite.
most of the launches actually fail. I mean, it's not most. All of the launches literally fail. Nothing works out of it. So they decided that rather than just try merge these two together and try to solve that
Nikki
problem,
Russell is
might
here
as well
as
they
our
just go
launch
and
services program
solve that
commentator.
problem by
Nikki, you've been listening
by
to the nets.
commencing a new type of
Yeah.
program called the
It's
Ariane
very quiet,
rocket program
very
there.
calm
That
on the
one,
nets, which is exactly
and also
what
on
we
that
want to
Ariane
hear.
rocket program there, that's where
Yeah,
the
that's a good news
where
report right there.
where
That's
Ariane Space and also
been
the
here.
European Space Agency actually exists around the
We
same
are
time
zipping around the
also,
globe now,
and that's how we got the Ariane rockets nowadays. And
currently
also,
at an
no,
altitude of 200
so
kilometers
looks like it's a little bit
above
way
the
more early than
remains of the
what I
southern
actually
Atlantic.
expect there. And also for the new and existing viewers, hello and welcome. And also
Getting
once
ready for
again
that
for
early
Sir
burn.
Jeffrey Cloud. Yeah, I think I pronounced your name right here. Okay. If I mistake, if I have a little bit of pronunciation mistake, uh, a little bit apologize there because because of course sometimes to pronounce
Once that burn is
something,
complete,
it can be pronounced more than
5
one
minutes later
thing,
we'll have
more than one
celebration
way
with
actually. So that's why
Sentinel-6B. We will have
that's what especially what I
live
learned,
video of that
especially when you are living
separates,
in a society
giving us the visual
when you have
confirmation.
more than one languages.
Teams will
I
be
mean,
watching their
imagine
consoles
here in
here
Sarawak, in
at
Borneo,
the
you have
Guiana
tons of
Space Operations Center in
language here,
Darmstadt, Germany,
especially
where
on
they
my
will
side
be
there.
taking over
On my side,
after separation.
I will also have to speak Iban, and also
Get
another one. There's also I have to
Sentinel-6B
speak English and also
to its
have to speak
proper
Malay.
orbit.
And when you try to
Second
combine these
stage,
three together,
Falcon
of
9
course there's
be
tons
dropping
of
it off
different
at
way
just 20
how to
kilometers
spell something.
below
So
that orbit,
if
and then
I
the spacecraft team that you
misspell
see in this room
someone's
here
someone else's
will
name or
raise it to that proper orbit where
mispronounce
it will
something else,
join that caravan
please
of
forgive me for
ocean
that because
monitoring satellites
I'm basically
that
juggling
include
between these
Sentinel-6
three.
Frolic,
And also I forgot to
Jason 3,
mention Malay Sarawak.
and
Okay,
SWAT.
that's also another types of language there. That one is a little bit more distinct compared to standard Malay. So if you come to Sarawak, sure we know what you're speaking about. but but if you expect the uh, standard Malay and Malay Sarawak is the same, unfortunately you'll be disappointed. But here and there. And also what happened to the NASA? Oh,
Sentinel-6 quickly around the globe here, Nikki. Launch services program
say the
to
French way.
Great
Okay.
Lakes to make
Sir
sure
Jeffrey
that
Cloud.
the
Oh,
satellite
okay.
will be
I
able
think
to handle the
I think
rigors
I
of
think
launch.
I tried
Shaking
that.
vibration.
Okay. Then this is my this is my another attempt here. I hope you actually felt delight on the way up. How do I pronounce it? Okay. Yeah.
This structure just helps dampen out those environments, dynamic
Oh,
environments,
okay.
acoustics, and
Pretty
those
interesting.
vibrations.
Yeah.
You can have similar
Yeah.
shock
I
absorbers on
I
your
actually
SUV.
tried to pronounce lots of French.
Helps give a smooth
I
ride.
actually try to pronounce
Yes, exactly.
something in French and whatnot,
Making sure
but it's basically sometimes
6B is
hit or
nice
miss
and
actually.
cozy and doesn't
It's like
feel any of
50-50
that
attempt.
vibration
Sometimes it
on its
works,
way
sometimes
up
it
and
doesn't.
into orbit.
But
following this long
you want to know something? One of the reasons sometimes, not sometimes, how I can understand a little bit of French is that because
That burn that's coming up,
I do hear a bit of, how to say,
need some shock absorption. As that
it's because
indeed lights up.
how do I say? I need to
11
scroll down a
seconds.
little bit there. Oh yeah,
Cuts off.
because sometimes, yeah, because when I actually
It is
look
a
at the
short
Ariane
burn.
space
That
launches,
11
of course they are
seconds,
going to
just
say,
a little extra
of course they are
push to get
using
the
French as
spacecraft
one of the
exactly where we
one
want
of
it to
the
be in orbit.
one of the primary
Prior to
language
that
there to
10-second
speak
burn,
between the
11-second
controls,
burn,
mission
is a
controls and whatnot,
45-minute coast
other than
proximity.
English too. So
So during that
that's
time, we're
how
just
do
relying on orbital
how I
mechanics
actually
and
got
physics
very
to
interested
take
with French too as
Sentinel-6B
well.
most
Even
of the
though
way there. So this
even though
11-second burn
I'm
is
not
just a
100%
little
proficient
bit of
with
a
that,
push.
just only basic, uh, just
A
only
little
basic
bit of a push
understanding,
is all we need to get
but not
into that
100%. But it's still
orbit
interesting.
to allow the
But let's see.
team there at the ESA
Oh yeah.
to take over. Of course, they'll have to get that signal acquired.
Oh yeah. And yeah, if you have anything to say here, just feel free
We'll continue
to keep
tracking.
chatting on the live
Sentinel-6B
chat.
as it
You know,
coasts its
uh,
way around the
I actually,
world,
if I
getting
can
ready for its second
type
burn
inside the
and separation.
OBS built-in
Watching live
browser there,
coverage of
I would
Sentinel-6B
like to type chat there, but
from the Vandenberg Space
for whatever
Force
reason, I
Station,
think YouTube
Central
YouTube
California.
already marked the setting with I don't know whatever behind the scene that I really cannot write anything else. And yeah, and that's why I can only just speaks right now. Oh, and looks like apparently they are still circling what they are still circling the Earth right now, still orbiting around the Earth. Looks like they wait a little bit until the sun orientation aligns a bit of only then they will ignite their they will do another second engine startup number 2, okay, to circularize it properly into the sun synchronous orbit. That's why you see a little bit of waiting there. It's still, I don't know, maybe at some point we'll see, yeah, but that's that. And it says here, okay, broadcast continues to spacecraft separation. Oh, okay, it's still up until the spacecraft separation. Pretty interesting there. Okay, and while we're still waiting, maybe I can try to show you guys this Sentinel-6A POD, aka the proof of documentation here. That this one originally, if I remember, it should be only called as the Sentinel-6. Okay, but after at some point, because presumably because they have identical satellites and they decided they just want to use this install. Okay, they still want to use this surplus Sentinel-6 satellite in case of, let's say, failure. Now they launch this 6B instead. So now 6B effectively in orbit, just not in the desired orbit yet, into the sun synchronous orbit. Okay, so this is the documentation. I'll try show you guys here while we are still waiting. Oh, and also I will open up here and let me see. Okay, so yeah, you cannot see there. I'll put on the display. Okay, let's go. Oh no, accidental there. Okay, so just to make sure we have a little bit of easiness there, and of course I cannot read any chat comment for now, so I'll read that later. So here is the Sentinel-6, retroactively known as the Sentinel-6A, proof of documentation. This one right now unclassified. Usually we can check this out for ourselves. This is how it looks like here, the proof of documentation context, and yeah, there is, and apparently from what I can see, this is a revision 2, presumably the final one here, and they released this change log around 2022. Okay, so here you can see there's a record, whatnot. You can see why various of it. version of the documentation, and I'm not going to pretend I know everything else what they're talking about here. I can understand a little bit GNSS. This one is for the navigational system there, navigational system inside the satellite itself. I mean, you need to know that this Sentinel-6B mission here, this mission is even the payload itself is actually identical to the 6A, so we can use this proof of documentation sort of as the reference of point what we are talking about here. Okay, this one, if I remember, this one also have something to do with the oceanography, the study of the oceans too at the same time. So yeah, we don't need to know too much of that weird things. Okay. Okay. I'm adjusting a little bit of my earphone head there, so hopefully you don't mind. Okay, so this is the scope. Whatever, you don't need to know this too boring, but there's actually apparently acronyms and abbreviations. So if you need to refer what all of it actually means, okay. And GNSS really stands for Global Navigation Satellite Systems on board of that. Okay. Oh, okay. So POD apparently it's primary on board. I think what's the actually stands for, because I need to know this. Okay, not sure. Payload onboard data, I believe so. Okay, and yeah, there's tons of. Oh, what's that? Okay, so this is the how the internal inside of each of these satellite here. Okay, I'm not going to pretend to know everything else, but you can see this is a very detailed 3D schematics, especially if you're very nerdy, you're so keen to read all of this. I think I will try to put this on the description once we've already finished this live stream itself. Okay, because there's nothing else to talk about. Okay, so this is it. Oh, okay. So this is beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's. Oh, oh. Oh, okay. This is beautiful. You can see. This is how it looks like. Yeah, final orbit. Okay, so Sir Jeffrey Cloud. Actually,
Plus 46 minutes
he said here,
in
final
mission,
orbital
looking
insertion
at
to
a
face away
beautiful shot
from the sun.
of Sentinel
To face
6B.
away from the sun. Yeah. So
The
apparently
Southern
that's
Atlantic approaching
also another
the
reason
coast
why.
of South Africa.
Yeah. Okay, almost approaching coast of South
Large low pressure
Africa.
system in view, a lot of clouds.
Okay, and you can see this is actually the real-time inside the payload here.
It's not taking that sun directly into its AMR instrument.
That's correct. And what a beautiful sight this is over Earth.
Oh, it needs to face away
There you're
from
looking
the
at the
sun.
airback engine that is powering
Oh,
the
okay. The
760
more I learn, actually.
through the coast phase, getting ready to power
Okay,
it on a second
so
stage, second burn.
okay.
It's coming up in
Huh?
just about 5 minutes from now.
Okay, so 5 minutes. 5 minutes from now should be around T plus 53. Just a shy of 53. T plus 53 minutes like that. So we are going to see that second engine start number 2 will be commenced soon. Okay, and I mean, look at that beautiful view. So technically right now the view we are looking right now, this is the real-time weather observation to at the same time, even though this is pretty primitive. This is like, how do I say, right now we are basically looking nothing but just only but just your typical ordinary color camera there. So pretty interesting. I like that concept, even though that's primitive. Oh, if I remember correctly, that one is it's called as chilling as the, how do I say, chilling sequence, the pressurization chilling sequence, if I remember correctly. So that's why you see why it appears a little bit like uh, how they properly pronounce it. Okay, let me. Okay, I've already changed the camera here. I mean, change a little bit of the of the stream, yeah, of the stream height there, so you can clearly see the altitude and the velocity. Oh, and also pretty interesting. Altitude is pretty high, almost 1300 kilometers. Nice, that's very interesting, and I like it. I mean, even yeah, and that's why you see why it looks why the sort of like the aluminium shape there. It looks a bit ballooning there, like for lack of better word, it's like if I have to use this Malay word, it's like kembang-kembang. It looks like a bit balloony there because of that uh, of the of that pressurization, the chilling process is in effect in similar fashion to, how do I say, the best way, how do I refer this? It's imagine if I try to uh, you don't have to imagine, you can actually watch how the centaur main
T plus
stage
50 minutes and counting.
actually were pressurized up and
As
also were chilled
Sentinel-6B
down.
currently in a
That's how
close phase,
it actually works. It's like
the second
if I'm
stage,
looking at that,
Falcon 9
it's like I
rocket
try to imagine looking at the
approaching
pre-start engine
Madagascar,
there.
just off the coast of South Africa at the moment.
Yeah,
Second stage prepping, getting ready for that second burn, which
yeah.
is expected here at just a minute.
Oh, pretty interesting look there. You can see, haha. So it looks
That
like
burn will be
a
approximately 11
primitive
seconds
Earth
long.
observation,
The Merlin
quote
vacuum
unquote
engine
satellite.
has a
We are
thrust
looking right now.
level of 220,000
Earth
pounds
observation
per hour.
satellite.
Very powerful
No.
engine,
Quote
propelling
unquote Earth
Sentinel-6B
observation
where it
mission
needs to be in space.
inside the Earth observation, the real Earth observation satellite
And the
itself. I
reason the
mean,
shot
how
is
meta
so beautiful
we are
is
looking right now.
because of the high orbit that Sentinel-6B will be going into. It's currently at an altitude of 1,321 kilometers, traveling at a speed of 6.9
Okay,
kilometers a
I'll
second.
okay. I've already okay. That one, if you see, that one is the liquid oxygen solid flag there. That one, no worries. Okay, and we
A
have
little bit of ice floating
we have
offshore.
second
The
engine
engine is firing
start
up.
number 2, or the comments, and you can see
Second
how it
burn.
actually
And then
done.
shut down.
All right, and looks like Merlin vacuum has already shut down.
As promised, it was a quick one. Just
Yeah,
under
that's
10
pretty
seconds
quick.
long.
Oh, another nominal orbital insertion. So
Another
that's pretty
call
good.
for good nominal orbit insertion.
Yeah, and also if you see here, what's interesting is that if you see in terms of the
And that 11-second burn
how do I say,
followed
the
by
specific
an
impulse
about
efficiency,
5-minute boost. And then
I can
Sentinel-6B
say
will
that
hopefully,
ironically,
we're very
usually when we talk
optimistic that it will
about
join
efficiency, we never
as part of
associated
this
this with
rich
the gas
history
generator
of
rocket
these
engines, right?
sea level
Actually,
measuring
if you want to
satellites.
know,
This is the third generation of these
Merlin 1D
missions. In
rocket
30
engine is
years,
the
3
most
decades.
as
Previous
of
to this set
now
was Jason,
in terms
with
of
3 being
of the
LSP's first
Carolox
SpaceX mission on a Falcon
Carolox
9
propellant
rocket.
rocket engine
Previously, he
category.
flew on
This one is
United
actually the
Launch
most
Alliance's
efficient
Delta
out of
II, which is now a
every rocket
retirement
engines,
rocket.
every Carolox rocket engine so far out there. Despite this being
And now the
a
spacecraft
an
team
open how do I say, the
ESA, European
gas
Space
generator
Operations
open
Center in
cycle
Darmstadt, Germany,
rocket engine. This one is actually
getting
surprising,
ready to
pack a lot of power and also
start looking
a
for a
lot of
signal
thrust
immediately
efficiency.
after separation. It's going to take
aka how do I say,
a bit,
the
probably about a half hour or so after
how do I
separation.
say,
They
the
are standing by.
bang for performance, bang for bucks. Some people would like to say. So that's that.
Our
Okay,
time to
and
separate
getting
is
ready for
T
the
plus 57 minutes and 13 seconds.
okay, T plus
So a little under 4
7
minutes
minutes
from
and
now.
13 seconds. Looks like almost looks like 4 minutes plus away from the separation of the Sentinel-6B. So looking pretty beautiful and cool. So that's that. You can see there.
Sentinel-6B spacecraft. Once it separates, it will pre-sense that it has separated. It has brake wires that will break once it comes off the second stage, and that will trigger its systems to turn on and begin transmitting.
Oh, so basically, how it works is that as soon as Sentinel-6B finally properly deployed and separate from this upper stage, the second stage, usually it will automatically triggers up the power system inside the.
It will take time to get it oriented in the proper orientation so that its antenna is facing down and towards Earth, so that it can be picked up by the ground stations along the path.
Yeah, so it looks like it would be automatically power on. If I remember, it's already power on inside the transmitter, but it will automatically power on the AMR, if I remember correctly, the AMR, and also a few other instrumentation that didn't open up yet. And after that, it will try to transmit, but it's going to take a little bit of time before it will properly establish the communication between the satellite itself. And if you see another one, looks like it's still going into this a little bit of the preliminary orbit. This one is more like circling orbit before it will initiate another. Oh no, or if I remember correctly, this one should be the final one, and then Sentinel-6B will try to after the ground control finally got a hold of this Sentinel-6B. It will do a little bit of maybe orbital adjustment race and what not the orbital adjustment racing. It's more like just to adjust the inclination if it's needed. But I guess so far it looks good and looks already necessarily no need to do any such of that maneuver. And getting ready.
A few seconds away from
around 30.
The expected big moment of separation of Sentinel-6B from the second stage of a Falcon 9 rocket.
20 seconds to go before separation of the Sentinel-6B, and getting ready for 10 seconds before Sentinel-6B separation. Mark 10 seconds, and getting ready for the separation of the Sentinel-6B at T plus 57 minutes and 13 seconds. Oh no, it's already done. And mark in, it's already separated, and looks like it, and there she goes, already separated, and looks like the Sentinel-6B mission has already fully by now almost fully accomplished, because mostly it's already done there. Wow, so looks like the altitude itself is the final altitude is 1,322 kilometers, and slightly a little bit down, but otherwise fine. And the final velocity should be around by the time separation is almost 25,200 kilometers per hour. So, and that's it. That's pretty good to go. And that's actually good. All right. I mean, this is a pretty breathtaking view there, and I'm not going to end this stream yet because it looks way too beautiful. But however, when this stream ends, I also will end my stream because, well, I need to do a little bit of resting. And looks like this is the European Space Agency mission control here at the Darmstadt in Germany. So here you go. This is the live here from the Darmstadt, Germany. Germany. All right.
Just to recap, we launched at 9:21 and 42 seconds.
Okay, so now it's heading.
From here
The
at the
view itself
Vandenberg
looks
Space
pretty
Force
good.
Base,
Okay, and if you notice
we see the
a little
first
bit about
stage boosting
before, while it's costing, and
do
then
its job for
after
about two and a
after it
half
reach
minutes.
after the
It came
sun's
back
already
to the
sunlight
launch
literally
pad
reaches
just about a
around the
quarter-mile
spacecraft and
away,
also the upper
landed
stage
at
there.
its
If you
landing
notice,
spot
there's a little bit like
with a thunderous
swinging maneuver,
boom.
like the barbecue
The
maneuver.
second
That
stage
that
then
one is
runs for
actually to
about 5
protect the
minutes and 50
spacecraft from
seconds.
overheating inside the component
Put it
itself. So
on
that's why
track to get
it needs
into its
to
orbit.
it needs to
We watched it through
oscillate
a
between
45-minute
the hot
coast
region,
phase
cold region, and what's on.
and
Just
culminated
cycle
with
those
a
heat to
second
ensure it's
stage
not going to
10-second burn
overheat the
and then separation.
instrumentation inside the
Just a
Sentinel-6B,
tremendous
and also
views along the way.
to ensure that uh, to ensure that the spacecraft and also
And the
the rocket
LSP
itself
team just
still
brings
keep
a
in the
conclusion
communication in
to
between the satellite
years of work
line
on this
there,
project, Nikki.
especially
Yes,
because
30 years of
SpaceX
work,
uses
30 years of history,
Starlink,
3 decades of
a
this
combination
team
of Starlink and
partnering
also
together
TDRS, the tracking
to
data and
provide the
relay
world
system satellite there.
locally
So
weather forecasts, sea
that's why it's
level rise
that's why
measurements,
also barbecue
everything
maneuver,
else
the
that it
BBQ
provides
maneuver
to
is
us.
needed. It's basically a combination of these two factors to line up the communication
Of
and
course, we
also
will
to
continue
ensure
to track
even
the
heating
progress of
between the
Sentinel-6B
spacecraft
on
and
our
also the
social
rockets
media
itself.
channels. We
Where
also
does it
have
heading and whatnot. And yeah,
a blog that you can go to for updates,
yeah. So you can see there the sun,
timely updates of the progress
and you can see
as we
and
look
you can
back at
see
the sun from the
this
second
is
stage.
beyond the barbecue maneuver there. And yeah, for the new and existing viewers, hello and welcome, and thank you uh for your for your for your support. I mean, I didn't expect that that is pretty much that I'm doing right now. I mean, usually historically when I actually do this Falcon 9 stream, not many actually people came here to watch, but I was surprised. People actually tune for this stream, and yes,
For
it
mission
looks like
updates like acquisition of signal,
I'll keep
just
doing
go
it,
to the blog that you see on your screen.
because I know you guys entrusted me
science.nasa.gov/mission
to also stream this, so why not? I'll do
/Sentinel-6B.
that again
Again,
in the future. Yeah.
science.nasa.gov/mission/Sentinel-6B.
Yeah, so that one, if you really wants the mission updates straight from the NASA, just go to that link itself. Okay. so
I
so
want to
that's
thank
that.
everybody for helping us out and putting this
Mhm.
broadcast together. And certainly want to thank my co-commentator, Nikki Russell, with Launch Services Program. Thank you so much for being here and lending us insight into the work and the mission and the technology that went into making this mission happen.
And thank you so much for having me here, Daryl. This was really special.
Well, enjoyed it. It was a rainy 4 days, but it all culminated with a beautiful sunset and a clearing of the weather just in time to get this mission off. And boy, what a way to end it with a tremendous view of the separation of Sentinel-6B
Yeah, I
from
mean,
the launch
fortunately, they
surface.
don't have to
That was the goal.
they do not have to cancel
And that's going to wrap up our
just
coverage
or try to
for
bring that
Sentinel-6B.
dates a
Thank you
little
all
bit
for joining
forward.
us.
It's just in time. That's
We
pretty
leave
good.
you now with a
GIT
replay
just in time.
of liftoff from here at the Vandenberg Space Force Base along the central coast of California.
Yeah. So now let's rewatch again the replay
Minus 10,
here
9,
to wrap up this stream.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go Sentinel-6B.
All right. So looks like this is straight to.
Sentinel-6B
Oh, okay.
rising,
Yeah.
extending nearly
I
4
just forget what
decades
I'm
of
going to say.
precise sea level record from space.
Oh. Oh, okay. So yeah, just like what I said, it's actually an oceanography satellite there to actually measure the sea level and anything important changes to our Mother Earth. So yeah, that's that. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and especially thank you to Sir. This is my attempt. I cannot 100% guarantee I can pronounce this right because he said to say it in the French way. Okay, Sir Jeffrey Cloud. Okay, so thank you so much what for watching, all of you, especially to him. Yeah, for tuning into this stream. Yeah, I really appreciate it. You guys are pretty awesome, pretty rock, and also for anyone that actually watching this on replay, you're also welcome. Uh, keep keep watching if you want, or I don't know, just just do whatever the best you can. I don't know. I'm just speaking a little bit of weird there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And maybe before I end this stuff, I'll I'll try to comment. I'll try to chat on the live chat because why not? There's no one actually. Because I didn't reply that, right? And good news is that yeah, thank you, sir, for watching. I'll I'll leave you a little bit of uh a little bit of chat comment there, okay? So don't worry. Okay. So I'm just using my phone because that's the only way I can do this. Hmm. Hmm. Possibility. Yeah. So so yeah, this one you can consider yourself lucky. You get a comment from me. Okay. I mean, I'll try to reply as much as I can, but well, OBS built-in built-in browser for whatever reason, YouTube literally decided to just block it. But no worries, maybe in the future, maybe YouTube can figure out how, or maybe at least the OBS team might able to bundle a little bit better, how do I say, a little bit better built-in browser solution for that. But I guess that's all. I'm going to rest a little bit because yeah, because of course, uh, because because I'm currently resting a little bit and whatnot, and this is a little bit of chance for me to recuperate properly. So while in this midterm midterm semester break, so that's that. I'm going to stream again on Wednesday, around in my local time here in Sarawak in Borneo. I will try to stream around Wednesday, 19 November 2025, around 8:30 p.m. And then I'm not pretty sure can if I can try to stream transporter 15 mission. I'm not 100% very sure because that one is pretty early morning. That one is, if I remember, 1 plus a.m. or 2 plus a.m. like that. So I cannot 100% guarantee if I can try stream transporter 15 because I still currently resting right now, a little bit on on midterm break here. But otherwise, I'll try my best. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and take care, everybody. Bye bye, and see ya. That one I'm going out. I can stream the Long March 8A, the SatNet group. If I remember, why is it 15? I'll try stream that, and also I can definitely stream that. But Transporter 15, not 100% guarantee. But if I can stream, I'll try. Okay. So thank you, everyone, for watching, and take care. Bye bye. Oh yeah, and I forgot I should open music here. Okay, so bye bye. Take care. And obviously there's nothing behind the scene. You've already seen everything you need to see. Okay, so bye bye, take care, see ya, and love you everyone. Bye bye.